here of his eyebrows. There's often a band of tension that comes in here, so we're going to work over that. And really separate that and work along here.
Yeah, you should perceive it as a band, like a spaghetti noodle.
In like a firm manner. Okay. Then we're going to work through here and then come into the sinus area and around the cheekbone. This is going to really clear out the sinuses. Very good for sinus congestion. And just general respiratory system health. Okay, and then we're going to do it on this side. So really feeling that band of tension in here. And then coming around the cheekbone. This is such an important area here, being the third eye chakra in Ayurvedic medicine. And then I often like to work up like this. Again, getting all this tension away from here, because a lot of the time people have little bumps and ridges here, and we want to pull all that away, open that up.
And you're just doing like a moderate pressure?
Moderate to heavy, yeah. Okay. How does the pressure feel to you, Dave?
Yeah, it's very firm.
Okay. So what I'm doing is then coming up the forehead and across. So all of it with that goal of basically getting energy that's trapped in this area here out. And I can do that several times. However much tension I feel there will dictate how long I spend doing this. Then I like to squeeze and pull the ears. There's a lot of ear acupressure spots and ear reflexology spots. Squeezing. And the same on this one. Squeezing. And then I like to come in and work the scalp. And how I work the scalp is to hold the scalp and move it across the skull like this. Often we feel little bumps. I don't like to pull like this because it'll pull the hair. Except if the person has a bald head, then we can just get in and massage it. Okay. But I'm feeling all those little bumps. He's got a couple right in there. other side as well. Particular right in there. I prefer firm head massage in terms of when we're trying to get rid of deeper seated facial muscle tension. A lot of people think a face massage is just about, oh, it feels so nice while you get it, but from our point of view, that's not actually the goal. The goal is to find the tension and get rid of it. Okay, it's not just, oh, it feels nice. Of course, we're not gonna work too hard where it makes the person tighten up against us, but it's firm enough where they feel like, yeah, it's moving that tension. So again, I like to work around through here, all through his scalp. And then this is a particularly important area too, right in here. And I like to lean my thumbs in, so I use my body weight and lean in like that. I'm just holding along through. And coming right up into here, which is in Ayurveda, that's our crown chakra. Where the bones of the skull meet, and that's where you don't massage in a baby that's under 15 months old, because the bones haven't joined fully. So again, I come in, work the scalp. If I pick up any energy, I just flick it off. Next move I do is called the hot iron rod through the head, but it's actually an energy move where we're projecting our energy in our fingers and it's meeting in his brain. And it's done just above the ears. I get him to breathe in. And I rock his head side to side while projecting that energy. And then just a bit firmer. We can also gently pull the hair. Again, that sort of stimulates and relaxes the scalp. Or gently run our hands through. Then we can come into the jaw. So I'll get you to open up your jaw. And we're getting right where the TMJ, the temporal mandibular joint, is. And there's often a whole lot of tension through here. And I'm then bringing that tension into the tip of his jaw and getting rid of it. And the same, just working right into his chin. And then I'm also going to follow that up this way, across his gums. And again, getting closer to the sinuses. I'll get you to open your jaw again. We'll just do that over a couple of runs. So sometimes I actually get right into all those tense muscles of the jaw. You don't want to work too hard here because it can be very painful. Okay. Just letting him breathe into it again, taking the pressure off while he's breathing in there. And then again, just coming into that jaw area. And again, just just working through those sinuses, clearing any phlegm that might be there. I'll get you to open your jaw a bit wider. And again, there's still quite a lot of tension here, actually. People don't realize how tight their jaw can be, and their chin. So I can come back to that. I can take note of that. I don't want to overwhelm him right now. It's obviously tight. It's obviously painful. And I go, okay, he's got a tight jaw. I might do something else for a little while. Come back to that a bit later. I could also at this stage then stretch his neck back by having one hand under his neck and the other hand here, getting him to breathe. And just gently stretching back. How was that, Dave? Pressure okay?
Yeah.
You're doing it with a little bit of a twist. Is that significant? Like you're turning his head slightly?
You can do it with a slight twist or straight. It's okay. Yeah.
Is that just, you did that just for better positioning with your arms?
Yeah. And again, big breath. And down.
How often would you do stretch it out?
Depends how tight the neck is. Yeah. He's got a fairly tight neck, so. After stretching it, it's a lot easier to get into these muscles behind. So I'm working on the muscles beside the spine and just flicking them over. I could also turn his head to the side and get into all the various bands that are coming up. So we've got bands from the arms coming up here with bands from the legs at the very back. So what I usually do here is I just get rid of any tension that's going to come away nice and easy. And then I might also take note, like if he's tight in here, I'm going to go, okay, maybe I need to work his thumb or the outer thumb band or the outer wrist band. We can go harder as we get further at the back and more medium to gentle through here. And then I can turn his head the other way and do the same thing. Pull the shoulder down a bit and use my thumb to get right into the back here. And also right into here. And then what I can do is hold one hand behind his ear, one hand in front like this, get him to breathe. And then again, come in and just feel if he's holding still any trapped energy there. I can also do things where I work from the top here, get him to breathe in, and just push that excess air out of his lungs. And again. You can see stuff starting to come up. And that could easily be a laughter that's covering a cry. So from there, although I can feel that he needs a lot of work on his hands, and his hands are tight, creating some of this tension here. At this stage, I'm going to come and just work with his breath and clear out anything there. So I first make contact, so nothing too prodding, just making my contact, then getting him to breathe, then just gently getting some of that air out of his lungs. And as I say, sometimes a lot of emotional stuff can be in here. There can be laughter comes up, there can be sadness, anger. Gradually increasing, but it's done in a smooth way, not in a choppy or a jarring way, where he's going to tighten up against me. Again, big breath. That's good. And this is what I call establishing the rhythm of the breath. We've relaxed his mind, so his mind shouldn't be playing too much of a role. And we want to get him into a deep, subconscious ability to tune into his deeper breathing. And especially into this area here, the dantian in Chinese medicine. And just get that deep breathing going. And this is a great start to any massage. We've got what we call a releasing breath. We've got his mind relaxed, so it's now in a non-judgmental frame where he can allow more emotion to come up, hopefully, or whatever it is, energy to move, air to come out in various ways. And I don't always push the belly on every go. I let him catch his breath sometimes. Otherwise, he'll get lightheaded. Okay? It's very easy for people with assisted belly breathing to get all dizzy and all right. So we need to not push out more than he can process. Just let him catch up with his breath. And throughout the treatment, then I could then come and work on any of his limbs, his feet or his hands. But I would come back to this and keep going, making sure he stays in a relaxed frame of mind and that he's deep breathing. And that's how you're going to have a great massage. So from here, I could decide if I have an hour and a half with him, I could go, maybe I'll work on this leg, maybe I'll work on that leg, maybe I'll work on one limb and do a good job. Or I could go, okay, I'll do a bit of everywhere. And I'll go, okay, I've just spent 15, 20 minutes doing his head and his belly. I got an hour and 10 minutes left. Maybe I'll divide it up and I'll do 20 minutes on each leg and 15 minutes on each arm.
Or the back.
And some time on the back as well.
Okay.
15, 20 minutes on the back. And a bit in the side position you could probably do with some side twists as well. Okay. So in Dave's case, I really think it would be good to, now start to do the feet, but always be watching him to see whether I'm pushing him where he's going to tighten up against me. And then I would come back, or